He's a head rough tender.
Why do I have a feeling that you're the one that comes up with a lot of these names?
Because I am. And like, if you are not totally obsessed with this plant and absolutely in fucking love with it, and it is the driving passion in your life, you're gonna hate being in cannabis. So I had, company car. I had all this like luxury
and
plus
you're still
items.
thinking about getting into cannabis.
Oh, it wasn't a still thinking about. It
Like
was motherfuckers. I'm gonna run as soon as I fucking can because cannabis is life. I was smoking ROGs all weekend. Like, I can't even do it. I'm so tired. I just want to take a nap.
Look. We're in that stage now where we're getting to that point where the president is going to be somebody that's like,
I smoked weed, and I was the director of marketing for a
he will be sitting
company.
in the fucking Oval Office. There will be a time when the president's in the Oval Office smoking
You're looking
a joint.
at her.
What is cannabis doing for you?
Put some dog tags together, man.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome back to PV Unfiltered. We already got started. I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna continue on. Roxanne Dennant.
Hello.
And we're gonna get into some fun shit. She doesn't know me. I don't know her. We affirmed that a little bit ago. But we do know that she is the marketing director for 3C's Cannabis. Mm-hmm. If you don't know them, you're going to.
You definitely will.
And we're gonna get into a little bit of some other shit that
Just shoot the shit.
we will.
Chat.
We're just going to shoot
a
the
little
shit.
bit.
We might talk about some former
Businesses.
opportunities.
Yes.
Well, not opportunities, but
Well,
businesses.
Practices.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Situations.
So we are we're getting to know each other right here on the podcast because, I have a podcast and she doesn't, and she hasn't.
I
Really
didn't listen to all of them.
I think we're going to find out there might be a little bit of a white lie here. I don't know that she's actually listened to any of them.
I did, though. I did.
Okay.
I went to the webpage.
We're
They're
gonna
all
trust.
listed out there.
We're
I saw all
trusting.
the guests. I listened to little clips, and I was like, sure, I'll do this.
Should I put her on the spot and ask her which one she listened to?
It was
I
like
was
the
gonna
first
do it.
4.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It was like
Guys,
the first
when you
4
go
on your
Back in
website.
time when
Yeah.
we were testing this.
Go back
Like,
to, there's a podcast called The First 4.
No, it's the first 4 on your website.
Okay, so maybe it was Tommy Chong.
No, it was a female.
Maybe it was Jordan Belfort. No.
Dogface, anything.
Dogface.
I don't.
The ocean spray guy. Remember?
No, you guys did a female recently. A director
Oh,
or CEO.
Lindsay Mahari? Is it Tory Holistics?
I wasn't even on that podcast.
I know.
Let me look up the website. Okay, but anyway, regardless of such, I will go back and listen now. I will go back. But yes, I don't have my own podcast.
So let's talk about let's get into the 3C's real
Yeah.
quick and we'll get into the other stuff. But 3C's.
3C. So 3C is an amazing company. I've been with them for about 7 months. I've been friends with them since I started in the cannabis industry in California professionally about 7 years ago. I used to sell my edible product to one of their shops and became really close friends with one of the executives over there, and he just kind of became like a big bro to me and in the industry. Thanks, Waylon. And we had kind of flirted, maybe doing work together in the past, and the group and I we never like felt the timing was right. And then last year happened, and they called me and they were like, "Hey, you want to join the team now?" And I was like, sure, yeah, let's talk, because I've been smoking their weed for 6-7 years. It's some of the dankest nugs on the market. It's super, super top shelf. It's all, the most of our strains are in-house strains, so you will not.
So are you cultivating in LA?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so actually cultivating indoor in LA.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
We have 2 retail facilities. So
I'd
we
love
have,
to visit that.
you should come up.
I should.
I'd love to have you.
We're getting ready to start doing some offsite podcasts because now we were going to, and then this whole
COVID shit happened.
COVID shit happened, and all of a sudden we couldn't get out. I've always been out, but
Yeah, you guys, I would love to set you up in our downtown store. We're waiting for the city to give us some final approvals on permitting, but we're really close. We should be like 60 to 90 days out. We're in the downtown arts district.
so is your cultivation in your stores?
Yes, we have cultivation on site, and then we also have another facility in Sun Valley.
I love that. if it's pulled off the right way, cultivation at stores is
Yeah,
is badass.
we're actually one of the only dispensaries too that we have a grow show. So the moment you walk into our floor, you actually get to see the girls growing in one of the rooms, which is really
That's cool.
spectacular, especially for our Arts District location with all the tourism that comes into that area and how popular it is. Like it's a beautiful building. It's a historic building. It was one of the first art galleries in the 1960s in that area, but it was built in the early 1900s. So exposed brick. We have beautiful black lacquered oak cabinetry.
See, I love that look.
Gold accents, beautiful lighting, big glass windows. And it's this amazing space where you have this giant grow show and we have like a whole pop-up shop and then we have a performance space. So for podcasts, for performing artists, for musicians.
For podcasts.
Yes. So
Imagine
I would
that.
love to
There you
have
go.
you over
Imagine that.
there. Yeah.
Maybe you could once a month. I know you're busy. Have your own podcast.
The guys have been asking for that, so we're getting started. I just created my marketing office in our downtown location and hired my first employee team member. So now I have another set of hands to really help me get growing and get our feet wet into this and trying to find a Tommy. Because I don't know how to run the audio
Good
board.
luck.
Okay.
Good luck.
I called my dad one day and I was like,
We haven't even
Daddy,
found Tommy. No.
Tommy, where are you?
Yeah.
My dad's a broadcast engineer. So when I got started thinking,
You have a Tommy.
I know. I started thinking about this. I called my dad. I'm like, Daddy, like, what the fuck am I supposed to buy? Can you help me become a professional like with this? So I'm getting
What's
my
your
feet wet
Instagram?
into it.
What's the 3C Instagram?
So we're at 3c.world. Is our main handle. Our main handle just got shut down. So I'm in the process
We've
of
been
trying
that.
to fight it back.
Oh, there's our Bong Buddies.
Bong
You
Buddies.
ever see those?
No.
The hottest selling pre-roll right now.
Really?
Oh fuck! And it just came out of a joke, and
Oh.
that's one of them. So this is our
Did y'all
Bong
like
Buddies.
do it after Garbage Pail Kids?
Swear that's exactly what everybody
Pretty
said,
much.
but no.
It's such a Garbage Pail Kid
and
thing,
this,
though.
This thing came off of a joke because we
my
had some
fucking
weed that we couldn't sell in that way, and it just didn't look good. That was
Yeah.
the problem. So the joke was my son and our head of sales, Preston, sat and joked around and came up with these guys and girls to sell these pre-rolls. Our guy in
Oh my
manufacturing said, if you guys sell these pre-rolls, I'll package every one of them by hand myself. Preston sold 10,000
Oh
in
my
less
God.
in less than 2 hours. And then once they went to testing, they tested at like 21% on a pre-roll. And so they put them out, and now we can't keep up with them. It is the biggest shit going. And this is so
Right
they have
time, right place.
Dierte J, Pepe LaPuff, Salvador Spliff, Ruby Doobie.
Oh
there's
my gosh,
the characters.
Franklin Fatty. This is genius. Like
It's
from
so funny how this happened. And it says,
the cheapest shit you'll legally find, they suck and we don't care. That's the best fucking marketing, though.
That's it. That's
it's
it.
great. It's
and
marketing
it's so
and genius.
stupid how it took place. But now they are always at this level, and people, like, we literally can't
keep up with
them
it.
No, we
it's because
can't.
it's hysterical. So with 3C, we're like heavily rooted in conspiracy theories and mythological characters. So like we bring Leroy Sasquatch out to life. Like we've personified our Sasquatch because we have a strain called Sasquatch Sap.
This is it.
Yeah, and I recently
Go,
you
go,
go.
to, go to her Instagram.
Meet the mastermind. He's the one who designed all this.
Oh
So this is
God!
our guy.
Congratulations!
So they just
genius.
they just kind of
Genius.
they said, oh, this is what we're looking for, and this guy, boom.
It's so, I mean, it's so, for me, like I grew up in the dirty, like festival community in upstate New York. And that was like a big, like Garbage Pail Kids were a really big thing back then. And it
look at
looks
these
so
things.
much like it. But Garbage Pail Kids back in like the festival community, it worked because it was like you had your sour diesel patch kids. And it
Yes.
was like, you know, the sour diesel kid with like boogers coming out of his nose. But we all loved it. I wore that shirt all the fucking time in college. I thought I was the coolest
Listen,
person.
And that's the next thing for us is, and this is Johnny, he's the one, the mastermind behind this part of it. I mean, how do you put a guy out there that's passed out on a,
On a
beach
beach,
with a fart
fart.
out of his ass and the fish are dead behind him and flies?
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it. It's like go big or go home. And the fact that you guys put like they suck and we don't care, I would buy that just to be like, fuck yeah.
And that's exactly what's happened. But anyway, so sorry, back to
So my Instagram is at 3c.roxy. ROXY. And you'll see I've recently started embodying our alien characters. And I come to life as this extremely tall silver alien with space buns and crazy makeup and all that. So you can see if you scroll down, there I am as the alien. And there's Keith Hendricks. That's a picture of our downtown LA location right there, Coast to Coast Cannabis.
Okay.
And then,
wait, go back. So what is the
which one?
They don't want this to be the
No. We love this. So like what I was saying is with your bong buddies, we're kind of doing a kind of similar, but not really, where we've characterized our part of our strain line. So we do a lot of stuff with like conspiracy theories, aliens, mythological creatures. So like we have a Sasquatch sap. It's our take on GG4. And we bring Sasquatch. We named him Leroy. We have a Sasquatch costume. I get into it sometimes. Yes. Leroy's been doing very naughty things with girls lately. So I get into the costume for that sometimes, you know. Leroy likes ladies. He's like LL Cool J. So sometimes he's proposing to them and, you know, his big paws get a little like friendly. But we have Leroy that comes out. We play around with like crystal skulls. We have a strain called Crystal Skull. We're actually doing an LA-based treasure hunt. This is really fucking cool. The CEO and the co-founder is also our head cultivator. His name is Brian Schwartz. He's totally out there in the best way possible. And this is like a lot of our branding is his brainchild. So he had a dream one night that he needed to create a treasure hunt for Los Angelinos and for their friends and families. If you go to @3c.thesecret, that's our treasure hunt page. If you find the buried crystal skull, you win $10,000 in 3C weed.
Where is it?
I don't know. I don't know where it is. I won't
tell anybody.
So it's like this whole thing. You can see Leroy Sasquatch is right there.
Is that you?
No, that was my colleague in that because we needed him to look a little bigger that day. We teamed up with Adam Ill this year to do a little stuff with him. And so he and Leroy went on a hike and they found the monolith and they smoke out a pipe rock. And so, yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have Brian gets into characters Indica Jones and he's like the one who hid the crystal skull. We have
look at Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch. We have the aliens. We have like a blue feathered alien and I'm the Nordic alien. We have Jack Kraken, who's a pirate who gets real loose off liquid joints. And it's fun. We do a lot of like theatrics with our company, which for me, like I'm a theater band kid, loser, but not really growing up. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's so fun to put it on too. It's like you totally transform. Oh, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like Leroy's gotten naughty because I just did a photo shoot with some of my very pretty girlfriends and I couldn't help it. I was like, I'm in this suit and like you look so good. So like, I'm just going to be naughty, whatever. I don't think anybody will hate on it. This is an actual pipe that we may or may not have created. Yeah. That you can smoke weed out of in LA.
What?
Yeah. You know, we're just the fucking weirdos out here.
Wait
a minute.
Watch.
The whole thing is a pipe?
He's about to smoke out a pipe rock.
That's insane.
So we're about to launch a marketing campaign with Do LA and we're going to tell everyone where you can go smoke pipe rock with your friends.
That's badass.
That's crazy.
So people are going to be lined up.
I know.
Ready to
and then
smoke
you're going to have the fucking COVID police out there.
That's why
wipe the rock properly before you smoke from it.
Watch Adam. Look, he's about to hit it and he goes and sprays it with his hand sanitizer.
Oh,
so
no.
Cute. Yes, and then puts his mask on. So you can be COVID safe. You could be. But it's like, that's why I'm like, we may or may not have been.
I don't know that I'd want that sanitizer spray.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be inhaling that either, but
that is cool though. So you guys did that out somewhere, or was there? Let's just say it was there.
Been there,
right?
And we just found.
What is the pyramid thing?
So that's the monolith. Remember when the monoliths were just randomly appearing? Yeah. We created one, and it randomly appeared in our grow room one day. So that's the type of shit that we do. And it makes my job as a marketing director so fucking fun.
Is this a competition
Who's that?
Or something?
Well, that's Brian. That's Indica Jones in. That's the head of the company.
Indica Jones in.
Indica Jones in. Yep. And so the secret is our treasure hunt. But like everything else that you're seeing in there is just a part of our brand. And it's awesome because coming from very corporate branding, working for Red Bull when I was first getting my roots in marketing. They did a lot of very disruptive guerrilla marketing, fun, wackadoodle shit. And this is kind of in that same vein where we're not trying to be so bougie. We're not trying to be so Gucci. We're not trying to be hype boy brand like Cookies and Supreme and all that shit. We're the weirdos, and like we like to talk about weird shit, and we like to listen to good music and smoke good weed and talk about politics and art and all of the stuff that goes into it. But like we like to have fun.
You ever listen to that guy Miley Cyrus?
That guy Miley Cyrus on Joe Rogan's podcast. Yeah.
No, his music is great. I'm just kidding, Miley.
We love you, Miley.
Miley probably does watch this. Unlike you.
I would stop, but she doesn't smoke weed anymore. She like turned her back on
Oh, okay,
us.
you bet.
Yeah. She turned her back on the drug culture, which I was like, what? But why, Hannah Montana? But
I just saw a video of them. They're doing something with the whole family, and they're in singing. They're in like one of their big SUVs with mom, dad, brothers, sisters, everybody, and they're all singing "Achy Breaky Heart."
Oh, I love that. That was like one of my favorite songs growing up in the South. Yeah, that's the inside of our store.
But they're all in there. That's beautiful.
That's our head rough tender, Bruno.
That's he's the head rough tender.
Yeah, he's the head rough tender.
Why do I have a feeling that you're the one that comes up with a lot of these names?
Because I am.
Exactly.
Because I smoke weed and then just start having ridiculous conversations with people and just go for it. Yeah.
So, how long have you been with 3C?
I've been with 3C for 7 months now as a director of marketing, and I am hopefully going to be awarded the title of CMO this fall. That's what I'm working towards. So I'll be the only female on the executive team and also the youngest on the executive team. So that's a really big accolade, I feel like, to carry, and makes me happy and proud. And I'm just excited to be a part of this group because they are allowing all of my wild ideas to fly, and they have even crazier ideas than I do some days, which I love.
Listen, this is the stage that we're in Cannabis. And you know, it is going back to just fun, lighthearted
culture.
Yeah.
It's culture.
Yeah.
Like
the fucking stuffy
corporate cannabis with like the
corporate slid through really fast.
Yeah.
It really did. It wasn't a long lasting, you know, it wasn't like bell bottoms, you know, it wasn't like ditto jeans, like all that shit would last, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course.
Lasted
True
long,
religion.
You know.
Yeah.
Like corporate cannabis is
it's on its way out.
We watched that trail. It came through, and don't get me wrong, corporate's big in cannabis, but I think what they're learning is you're taking all these. Can we turn the AC down a little bit?
You see my hand.
It's fucking chickens. Looks like chicken skin over here.
I'm the coldest person in the world too.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
I don't really even say anything because I'm like, well, of course I'm cold. I'm cold on a 78
Did you get her a
day.
fucking giant PV jacket or something?
I have my jacket over too.
No, I think what's happening, and this is my belief. Once again, this is first. I believe that there's so many people that have been forced into stuffy ass corporate stuff that once they get in cannabis, they start off with what they've been brought up as in corporate.
Right.
And then they're slowly, like the business card starts to go away. All of a sudden there's no tie.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon we're, open. The jacket tends to be off more. Pretty soon loafers maybe
turn into flip-flops. Yep.
If you're kind of sliding between, maybe Crocs. You know what I mean? You
depending on what part of California you're from.
Working your way down, you know what I mean? But I think that's what's happening is there's still a place for corporate.
Yeah, but
there's just not a place for corporate people.
Yeah, no, the culture will swallow you alive. And I think that corporate individuals thought like, oh, I can come in and I can just apply my corporate knowledge to this and it's going to be a similar situation.
Not the truth.
Not the fucking truth. And like, if you are not totally obsessed with this plant and absolutely in fucking love with it, and it is the driving passion of your life, you're going to hate being in cannabis because
100%.
It's like,
and there's been proof that, with that, where corporate people have been forced to transition as a corporation in getting involved in cannabis. And then they've lost a ton of people because people are just like, this isn't what I want to do.
No.
It's not my thing. And I live in a different corporate world. Like I want to wear my slick shoes, the loafers and the fucking tight work pants. What do they call them?
the penguin suits. That's what I call them.
Yeah, that's a penguin suit. But I mean, it's like the super high.
Work
yeah,
socks,
it's,
the dress socks.
The high water.
No, but they have the
Oh, yeah.
but the
You wanna
dress
show your
pants.
ankles.
Yeah.
You know the dress pants.
Yeah.
You see them now. They're like super high, and it's like
Because your sock game
with a
is like a
jacket
thing now, and it's like, oh, you look so uncomfortable. That must suck.
Or your no sock game. It's an ankle thing.
Ew.
Well, that's what I do.
Well, that's okay.
I mean, I just wear.
like that.
I mean, just to have socks on.
I mean, that came out like
I don't
with
feel
models,
comfortable.
you
the
know, it's a
no-show
modeling
socks are like, I mean, that's a big thing in females too. But like with a suit, I just don't. I don't.
No, that
I think
looks
would
weird.
Look weird.
That looks weird.
It was like a runway thing.
What do you
with
wear
male
in
models.
socks? You wear socks? You pull up socks?
Yeah.
I don't even own a pair unless I'm snowboarding.
Well, I mean,
Really?
No, I
got
fucking
those
can't
because-
stand. I can't stand the feeling of having the socks up like up
No,
high.
no. The only socks I have like that are like Grateful Dead socks and Frida Kahlo socks
Okay,
that are like
so-
fun,
Snowboarding socks.
Snowboarding socks. Yeah, it's like
But the fashion now is.
But I see you as wearing like Hanes, like the ones with the ones that leave the fucking they leave the crinkle marks on your
Yeah,
legs.
you
yeah.
got that white tube sock.
Is that what
life?
you have on?
Tell
a tube
us.
sock. Tube sock.
Well, look, my shoes are see-through, so my sock game has to be on. So I'm wearing like some
Okay,
what do you call it? The Mario Brothers socks.
Oh.
Super Mario Brothers.
that's
Oh,
cute.
okay. All right.
Do you match your socks?
Yeah.
I have a bad problem with that. I have
You
one.
mean what do you mean, like
Like
left and right?
Yeah,
Like,
no. My left foot is a Grateful Dead sock, and my right foot is a yoga sock. Like I just was like,
That's
"Ah,
a thing, though.
I gotta
now,
go."
though.
I don't think I've ever matched my socks. I think it's more fun because then like you get two patterns for one day.
It's true.
Yeah,
Variety's the
Tommy's
spice
a
of life.
very regimented,
Regimented.
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 I love.
Did you
all
regiment
colors.
last night?
Did you mathematize that?
I love all colors so long as it's black.
No, that's it. But no, listen.
I don't
There's no-
understand that at all.
Since I've known Tommy, I have never in my life, in how many years now?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. A year and a half every fucking day.
Black.
I've never seen him in anything other than black.
It's
At all.
It's a thing.
The most
with
colorful thing
creatives.
he'll ever do is his shoes.
Yeah, shoes and socks.
It's a big thing in the creative world.
Don't start with that.
No, I swear. Okay, so
This.
I started in the fashion industry in New York City. And once I got into that industry, I was like, why the fuck is everyone in black? And then one day somebody explained it to me because when you dress in black, it allows you as a creative to focus more on what you're creating and that you do not
Such a
get
crock of
distracted
shit.
by your own outfit
that's a bunch
and the
of shit.
decisions that you have to make in the day. So my closet is
That
a
was
lot
people
of black.
back in the day had nothing else to think about. And made up a bunch of shit.
You know, I kind of can feel that. I wear a lot of black on the days that I know I'm doing like
Creative person
writing.
wants to look in their closet and they want to be able to go,
Because
what do I feel like today? I feel like this.
that distracts you though.
Yeah,
If like
I
you're
have
a
no
creative
distraction at all.
stylist, but if you're like
No.
an actual creative, like I don't know any of my friends that are in like creative industries that don't wear all black. Like unless you're a makeup artist or a
Listen,
stylist.
Look at he's like fucking eating this up right now.
You love it, right?
No, I'm just saying, like,
You're a creator.
filmmakers,
Fashion designers,
photographers.
Yep.
Usually,
my girlfriend is the head of
I know Ashley's not in, but she will be.
but you're still in dark colors.
whatever.
You're still in like
All
kind
right,
of
let's
a very,
move on. This is bullshit.
You're like, I
talk over
fucking
here.
hate this conversation.
I'm always in like fucking. No, I'm.
Orange and
Yeah,
but you can do
all
that.
kinds
You're
of
the fun
shit.
guy. You're the idea guy. You're running the business.
No, you
you're running
have
the
to do
show.
Creative. I'm
Well, see,
creative.
Yeah.
All right,
You're in
yes.
front of the camera.
No, but I'm
behind the
fucking
camera.
creative behind the camera too. How does all this shit get done? Let's be honest. Who comes up with all the stuff that happens in here?
You're the idea
you're right.
guy, but they're the ones.
You're
they're
the
the
guy.
doers. The doers that are actually creating and doing.
All right.
We're in black.
Bullshit.
That's why today I'm like creative in front of the camera, so I have a different touch.
A
of
different
color.
outfit than you were wearing on your Instagram.
On my
it's a
profile
uniform.
picture.
Your
That's right.
profile.
Apparently, this is my 2021
No,
interview.
Apparently, this is
With my
your
earrings.
2021 with the earrings and the outfit.
I did get my hair done though, so the roots aren't as bad anymore. I went from white trash to looking a little better, you know. That was my 2020 pandemic roots.
Well, I like the white trash look.
Yeah, I was just smoking cigarettes, sipping on sweet tea.
All right, so listen. So 3C, we're gonna get back to that. I want to go a little back, one step back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about fruit slabs.
Let's talk about it. Fruits,
Because I don't know anything. I mean, I know of fruit slabs. I don't know the
Backstory.
history.
Yeah.
So let's just we're gonna fly over it. And maybe dip
Touchdown?
down, just a little touch and go.
I love
Right?
it. I love it. So Fruit Slabs was a creation of mine and my husband's and one of our best friends at the time. We all met, well, I met my husband at a music festival. We moved out to California. We met our business partner at a music festival. We all loved eating healthy. I've been a vegetarian for 14 years.
I guarantee. What music festival?
Lightning in a Bottle.
Where's that?
It's in Southern California. It's like a low key. So like Lightning in a Bottle.
Well, we're in Southern California, so
it hops around from different areas.
It's not like a Coachella.
It's not like a Coachella. But Doolab, who throws Lightning in a Bottle, has the Doolab stage at Coachella. So in my opinion, Doolab and Lightning in a Bottle is where you find all the artists that will be at Coachella in 2 or 3 years. That's how it happens.
It's a step up.
So it's like, that's kind of the underground Burning Man, like cool kids community that feeds the bigger trendy beast.
So I'm envisioning, just go with me for a second.
Yeah.
So we're at the festival.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Shit's going boom.
Yeah.
You got
house music.
You got the house music going.
Yep.
It's outside.
Yeah. And we're walking,
so you got like it's like fairground shit.
Actually, we were sitting.
Got,
this is actually a good story. We were sitting at our campsite. Me and my husband.
I was trying to figure this out.
We're rolling up. No, it's good. I'm just going to steal your thunder. And all of a sudden, this little hot girl falls into my campsite, and she's like, "God, I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm so fucking sorry." And she was like, "Wait, are you guys rolling a joint? Can I stop and roll a blunt on your table?" And I was like, "God, yes. Can you hang out with me every day too? Because I have no friends. I just moved here." And then her big dready ass boyfriend walks in and is like this charismatic
and
fucking
that's Sasquatch.
essentially charismatic dude walks in, starts stealing the show. My husband becomes besties with him. I become besties with the girl. We decide that we're going to launch this product. My husband had a product that was not infused. That was basically like the uninfused version.
Let's go back to my version of this.
Go.
Because
you didn't like the hot girl falling into the...
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
But this is my version. My version is you're at the festival, boom, shit's going, you got everything's going.
The ones and twos.
Right? Little bit dark, dark enough that the glow sticks can come out.
Yeah.
And I'm envisioning these guys spinning sticks and shit going on. Now, I see her. Have you guys ever seen that Indian dancing with the feet? You know what I'm talking about? So I envision you two like, boom, boom, and then see, that's it. That's what I see. So here you are.
And we're like, oh my God.
Yeah, and your husband.
Do you like fruit?
See the legs?
Do you like weed? Do you want to go into business with me? Come here. Come here.
Look, boom, boom, boom. The glow sticks are going.
Yeah.
And then somehow you guys just like, boom.
Yeah, and it's
Lock.
like, do you like fruit? Do you like weed? Do you want to create Fruit Slabs with me? Yeah, that was it. That was my chant,
That was the festival. That was actually me at the festival.
I wasn't doing so much cultural appropriation because I'm not Native American, but I probably had feathers in my hair to some degree.
Just a little sidestep. So anyways, Fruit Slabs. So you guys meet. You're rolling blunts at a festival.
Yeah, and we become
besties.
We become besties, and my husband had a company with his parents called Matt's Munchies. My husband's name is Matt. It was basically like the uninfused version of Fruit Slabs. So they were selling into Target, into Whole Foods. We were sponsoring the festival with
I love stories like this where it's like it's there and then it.
Yeah, it was family recipe. It was totally working. They discovered this. They like fell on this recipe in their garage in New York, moved the family out to California, established Matt's Munchies out here. And then people just kept telling us like, wow, this would be really great with weed. Oh, this looks like a piece of shatter. Oh, this is like, all the fucking peanut gallery is talking about how we should put weed into it. And we love weed. And it was always a goal to get into cannabis. So we were like, all right, now's the time. It was like 2014, 2013. And we were early.
On.
Yeah, it was 2013 because I moved out to California in 2012. And within a year or two, we met our business partner, Kona, at 2013. And within a year, we started developing the product. We launched.
And Kona is the one you met?
Yeah, the dready guy. He is so we met Kona at the festival, and then we all decided like, let's do this. Kona was like, I got some money. I can, we can start the company. We're like, we got the recipes. I got the branding experience. I did all the branding, all the packaging in-house with one of my girlfriends.
At that time, who were you working for?
I was in the denim industry. I was selling the like highest end, most premium denim to like Tom Ford, Alexander Wang, Joe's, True Religion, Yeah, those were all my
shit.
clients. Yeah, so I was actually
7.
traveling 7. Oh yeah, I was over there all the fucking time. I
That's
was
awesome.
traveling back and forth from Istanbul like every 4 to 6 weeks because our manufacturer was over in Turkey. So I spent a lot of time going overseas to Turkey, which is great. I love Turkey. Spent a lot of time in Barcelona, Paris, Vegas, like going to a bunch of international fashion shows because I knew I wanted to get into cannabis. And I knew I wanted to have a better understanding of the global trade industry.
So wait a second. So you're in kind of the top of that game. And
Ish.
you're right. But I mean, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was like,
But you're dealing with some big,
I was an
big clients
associate.
and-
Yeah. My
Well, it doesn't
mentor,
matter.
my
You're
boss
still-
he was on the top of his game and I was lucky enough to be mentored by him. But
Great things to happen like that.
yeah, I was in a very high position. I was one of 5 US employees for this Turkish company. So I had, company car, I had all this like luxury
And you're
plus
still
items.
thinking about getting into cannabis.
Oh, it wasn't a still thinking about. It
Like,
was
that was just-
motherfuckers. I'm gonna run as soon as I fucking can because cannabis is life. I knew I wanted to get in cannabis from the moment I started smoking.
I love stories like this.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I knew I was just when I got introduced to cannabis, I had really bad anxiety in high school, like debilitating. Like I was throwing up, passing out on my own throw up, like could not get through a day of school. And my dad had, grown a couple plants in our closet when I was a young girl in Virginia.
I don't know why you got all silent, but
Yeah,
I
because
had to raise the volume on that one.
right. Sorry, Dad.
all of a sudden sound like Miley Cyrus was sitting there.
Oh dang! Well, no,
Don't want
Dad
anybody
was,
to know me.
Dad was doing a little gangster shit because we lived in Virginia and he was popping plants in the closet, and so it was the
for
early
Dad.
90s. Yeah. Dad's
Military?
no. He's we aren't military, but we hopped around to some militaristic towns. Like we moved to
Oh, he's in broadcast. You said that.
yeah, he's a broadcast engineer. So he worked for a lot of news stations. So we moved to Southeast Virginia from Oahu. So I did like hop
Oh, you
around
are
to
somebody
some
then.
I like to think so, but maybe not. But anyway, so my dad was like, look, I smelled weed on you when you come home with Cherie, and that's my best girlfriend. And he's like, so if you're not going to take like medicine, you can't keep flunking out of high school, and like, we're just going to smoke weed. So me and my dad started, blazing together, and our relationship got so much better at that point because I was a moody ass, anxiety-ridden 17-year-old. And then all of a sudden I started smoking weed and I like found myself and my truth, and I could get through school. I became a straight A student again. I was
What year
chemistry
was that?
student of the year, 2013, 2003. 2003 because I
2003.
graduated 2005 from high school. And
You're
then
a horrible person.
why? Because I can't
Because
do
I mean, in
math.
2003, you were smoking weed and stuff.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So this
In
is what I get.
Virginia.
This is what I get at is like back in that time, everybody was like fucking horrible for that.
Yeah.
But this is a person that has been climbing the peak of everything you can think of. So like, I had no idea you were in the denim game. I mean, like you're working with some of the top.
Yeah. I mean, even before then, though, I got hired to work for Red Bull North America when I was like 18 and a half years old, 18,
Yeah, but
19.
I think that was a requirement to smoke weed when you got hired.
Oh, I mean, they probably didn't know. I almost got kicked out of a national event because I totally smoked weed. And my roommates were like, "Did you smoke weed in here?" And I was like, No. Maybe my friend like just smelled like it or something, and I got away with it, which was genius. But I worked for Red Bull, and then I was in college in Richmond, Virginia, and I just hated it. And I got an opportunity to sleep on someone's couch up in New York City, a friend of mine, and I was like, peace the fuck out. And I left Richmond with 6 credits left to graduate, did it all online, got hired to work for Red Bull and on their management team up there. Did a little 9-month stint with a premium art provider where I learned how to do branding, and I learned, it's kind of like Red Bull taught me how to do branding and guerrilla marketing. And then working for this customized art provider and fine art dealer, I learned how to actually create a brand and create visual systems and then hang it up. And that I was putting statues into the Intercontinental Hotel, the JW Marriott in Chicago, did all the BLT restaurants in New York City. So I was outfitting massive corporations with art as one of the senior project managers at the age of 23. It was one of my very first jobs.
That's kick ass.
Then I had somebody in Red Bull be like, you can't stay here. You're coming with me. We're going to go work for this startup liquor company. I spent like 7 months in liquor and I was like, this fucking sucks. Like, I got to get either paid to sell clothes or sell weed. And I manifested and I met my future boss in a bar and he hired me right there. And I moved to California, and then I spent 5 years in fashion and ditched it as soon as we started Fruit Slabs because it was the right opportunity. I knew that cannabis was always going to be where I got to, but I didn't want to get into it without having a keen understanding of global and international trade, branding, and running a business. And so I had to work with multiple international companies to feel like I finally was at a position where I could do it, and I could do it right, and I could do it well, and I had mentors backing me up. And Colleen Connitz, God bless your fucking heart, for telling me when I called her one day and I said, I think I'm ready to quit my job. She goes, why? Does Fruit Slab have sales yet? And I said, no, but we're launching next month. She goes, you're not fucking quitting your job. You're getting paid to launch your next business. You're keeping that job, and you're going to ride the clock, and you're going to fucking launch your brand. And I was like, damn. And that's what I did. So I spent my last year in denim, I was running this business too. So that I could just we were self-funded.
Thank you,
Colleen.
Or Colleen.
Thank you, Colleen. She's badass.
I feel like you were on an episode of The Hills or something. Like, did you know those people?
I didn't know, because I only been living out here for 9 years. So I was like a little Virginia girl. Like, I grew up in a very small town. I went to Hickory High School. Like, we were the Hickory Hawks. My high school boyfriend.
We were the Hickory Hawks.
We were the Hickory Hawks. Literally, my high school boyfriend would like get drunk and go shoot up the school signs on a Friday night. Like, guns were a big thing. Riding your tractor to school was a big thing.
That sounds like fun.
It was country as fuck. And I was this little liberal Democrat, like, out there child in a very Republican conservative space. And I was just like, I got to get out of here. I'm a weird one. I'm the fucking black sheep. And then, my life took me to New York and then out here. And this is like my home.
So let's do the touchdown on Fruit Slabs.
So the touchdown. So we created Fruit Slabs. We launched in July 2015 at the NorCal Cannabis Cup. And it was very disruptive to the market, but not as disruptive as, disruption can be disruptive, but kind of quiet, or you can disrupt and be very loud.
Right.
We were disruptive because we were one of the first vegan edibles to ever hit the market. It was all organic. It is all organic fruit. It's non-GMO certified USDA organic fruit, and then infusing it with cannabis. And so it was a really healthy product. It is, low calorie. Each piece is less than 10 calories. The whole bag is less than 100 calories. It's gluten-free, vegan, low sugar, all natural sugar, no added fake sugar. Like, it was hitting every single part that you would want if you were like a healthy Californian person. But in 2015,
still tasted good.
Still tasting fucking amazing.
There you go.
A lot of people will say, I wish you guys made unmedicated ones so that I could eat a medicated one and then I could have a whole pouch of an unmedicated, because it's delicious. It's dehydrated fruit. And we were getting fruit supplies from some of the greatest fruit suppliers in the world. So that was, a big part of what made the product really amazing. But when we launched in 2015, I remember walking in like this to some trap ass shops. Like, y'all remember 2015 shops?
Absolutely.
Were scary as fuck. And in certain pockets of neighborhoods, I went to the bathroom in an outhouse one day in downtown LA. I was like, I'm definitely going to get shot if I wasn't here with a dude. And like, I asked to use the bathroom.
You're not getting shot.
I asked.
Wait a second. Okay, because at that same time, I was doing the same thing. Okay, and I was going into those fucking trap shops. We were trying to sell weed. The whole deal was going on. I felt like I was going to get shot.
Yeah.
I actually had guns. Actually had a gun in my chest. Knives. Mm-hmm. Listen.
I didn't get the night fraud.
I like to understand. You thought you were going to get shot? No, there's a whole different side of what you were going to get.
I should probably say that, I was going to get got. I was going to get got and put into trafficking. Okay. So shot was like a little,
Now you're right.
I was going to get got. You're right.
Folks, she meant to say she was going to get got.
I was going to get got.
Got, no.
Not shot.
Yeah.
It was scary, and it was scary.
I believe it, because I know back in that time, we were living this.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like with the corporate cannabis, like you did not risk your fucking life in various assets.
You would walk in, I'm sure you were with somebody, as you were saying, I couldn't tell you, for me walking into places, doing deliveries, like every single fucking time you felt like you were going to be robbed.
Yeah. And you might actually get robbed.
You would get out of your fucking car with like your head was spinning like that, like the Google car that drives around. And, like, that's what it was, because honestly, like, You didn't know. And then you set up random times. It's just like a lot of weird shit.
Yeah. And why don't go through the alley? That's where we take our deliveries. And then you turn down the alley and you have a gun pointing in your face going, you're going to give me everything in your fucking car.
Right.
Like that happened to my husband.
Yeah, I know.
Thankfully it didn't happen to me. But so I would go into these shops and they'd look at me like I was a fucking psycho. First of all, because I look fashion as fuck. And I'm walking in there into their trap shops and they're not used to that. But then also I would go in and my product was higher priced and they'd go, why am I going to pay $8 for this when I can get this cellophane wrapped Rice Krispie for $3? And I was like, you're going to call me in 3 years when you have no vegan products and nowhere to find it. Talk to you soon.
And when packaging is not a Ziploc bag.
Yeah. And our packaging was one of the first brands to be released to have beautiful Whole Foods level packaging. I'm very blessed that I have a really great friend group. And one of my best girlfriends in New York City is an amazing designer and creative director, and she helped me land on this packaging. We did everything in-house. It was her and I, like everything you see, all the branding, all the websites, all the packaging, that's all done by us. There was no big agency we paid out.
That's how we are.
Yeah.
And everything you see is us here.
In-house. And so, and for us, it was just like it was me, my husband, our friend, and then like bringing my best girlfriend in as a contractor to do stuff with us. So we launched and it was well received, but like we didn't hit it big. Then as the years went on, we started to gain more speed. We were selling in MedMen. I started to take on other clients as like a branding and marketing guru, I guess, in the industry. So the brand, the Legion of Bloom, I used to work with them in 2016. I did all of their branding, all of the branding, all their logo, everything.
Love that stuff. It's amazing.
Thank you very much. They are amazing guys.
And now we find out that you're behind that.
Yeah, that was all my branding, all my logos, all the conceptual development behind what they had going on. And I worked with them for like a year and a half, got their SoCal sales team up to speed. And then the Clear Concentrate, I also met them at some festivals and they become our friends and they were like, we want to snag you. So I went to the Clear for a little bit, cleaned their house up a little bit, dropped into Gold Drop for a hot minute, cleaned up that house a little bit, and then went back to my own brand. And then I became a mom and my desires of what I wanted for a lifestyle changed because having a company is like having a baby, and then you have a real human baby, and then you have these competitive babies, and it's like, fuck, my human baby actually really needs me because that is my life and that is what I gave life to versus, my business baby is being taken care of by other individuals and by business partners. And so I also really wanted to get closer to the plant again. I'd been in the edibles world and I loved making edibles. Edibles is what carried me to New York, paid my rent for the first year in New York, was trap edibles out my Harlem apartment. And I love them for what they are, but I love to smoke weed. Like I fucking love to smoke weed. I just love to roll up.
Don't hold back.
I love bong hits. I got a big jar in my bag. Like I love the flower. I love the plant. And so I wanted to get back to that. And that's why 3C made a lot of sense for me to just finally step away entirely from the day-to-day of Fruit Slabs and say, I'm just going to be done now. I'm not going to take on other consulting projects because that's what I was always doing with like the Clear and with Gold Drop and Legion of Bloom. I was always full-time in my own company, but I was consulting for them on the side as well and helping NorCal brands get their branding together, bring them down to SoCal, make proper introductions, things like that. But then I went, Fruit Slabs full-fledged in 2020 and it wasn't fulfilling my life the way that it used to. And I think that's the
But you had options.
I had options.
So what did your husband, was he full on with Fruit Slabs?
He was not when we got pregnant because that was, oops, surprise. Hey, you're pregnant and you don't have health insurance. So I was like, you might need to go get a real job. Like, not that Fruit Slabs wasn't a real job, but we were a self-funded company and we had not brought investors in. And so everything was really tight. And it was, as a pregnant, emotional woman, I was like, I can't have this like uncertainty. I was going to say inconsistency, but uncertainty.
And that's another thing that hits you too when you get into the family situation where all of a sudden, it didn't matter. We fucking load up the car. We're going to go.
Yeah. We're
going to cruise out east and go to a festival. And on the way back, we're going to make 25 stops. And we'll do whatever the fuck we're doing. Now it's like, we need health insurance.
Yeah.
And this thing's coming.
Yeah.
It's got to be in a hospital, the whole delivery thing.
Yeah. And even just like going out to see like shops, like we were just talking about, if that were still the existence of our industry today, I might be like, dog, you can't be doing that. Like you can't be going out and risking your life when we have this little baby.
It's truth.
So we got pregnant in 2019, early 2019, I got pregnant. And then I think by like May, he had gotten introduced to an amazing company called Ibna Technologies. They're based out of Israel. They are heavily research and development in the cannabis space and involved in terpene development. So he is now their U.S. National Sales Director and Director of Operations.
Is he happy?
He's so happy.
So he's doing something he really likes. Then.
Oh my God, yeah. Everybody that knows my husband, his name is Matt Munchie because he used to have the business Matt Munchies. So we all there's so many Matts. So you have to have, there's 3C Matt, there's Matt Munchie, there's
covered
Matt
the whole
Lamb.
name thing.
Like, yeah. So
and speaking of that, as we've been talking, I've been thinking Hendrix is good for a girl too.
it was going to be Hendrix Rose.
See?
If it was going to be a girl. It's a great name for a girl. It's powerful. It's really powerful. I would have loved that. There's that little cutie right there.
Look at
little cool guy. And that's Matt. We call Matt Terp Daddy now.
Terp Daddy?
Terp Daddy. He's the Terp Dad because he has like the most incredible nose and tongue. There's only one other person in the industry that I have found that can pick out flavors like my husband can. And he's
got the nose for it.
It's unbelievable. He'll smell weed and be like, ooh, it smells like dirty gym socks, old man breath, and garlic bulbs. And I'm like, cool, it just smelled disgusting to me. Like that just smelled like garlic to me, but you pulled out all these all of these differentiations in there and variations. So he was already stepped away from the day-to-day of Fruits Labs when we had the baby and all of those things. So he was still on the board of directors, still an equity owner, but not involved so heavily. So it was myself. And then we brought in another business partner, was myself and two other guys that I was running it with, the original guy, Kona, and then another dude. And it just got to the point where it just, like I said, it wasn't making my heartstrings ring the way that I wanted them to. And I love the product and I love the brand and I love what we did over there. And, the team, they have a great product and a great brand on their hands. And I hope that, they're as successful as they can be. I'm still here to be a cheerleader of it and be supportive of it. Yeah. Because there's no reason not to be. I still own part of the brand too. So it's advantageous for me to have that be done. But, things in life change. And I think
that's 100%. That's the truth. And we're in that process right now as well.
Yeah.
We sold PV to a Canadian company, Red, White, and Bloom. Mm-hmm. And it's great. Don't get me wrong. It's just transition for us, but we're staying in cannabis and love cannabis. And just like you, it's like, that's our life in every direction.
Right.
And this company is just, we're going nuts. It's just great. So It's nice to be in the cannabis space and still be able to transition in the cannabis space. Mm-hmm. A lot of people back in the day would be like, oh, I was in cannabis, now I'm fucking out. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? So there's so many opportunities available in cannabis. And just like what you said, here all of a sudden you bring on a family, that thing starts, what did you say? Pop. And there it was. Yeah. Yeah. Just pop. And no plans. So the Indian dancing and festivals and stuff is a little bit on hold for a while.
A lot on hold. It's been a few years for sure.
But outside of that, you're still able to do cannabis.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I went into a group that has a way bigger team and that has a lot more opportunities that seem to be available not only for myself, but for where the company is going to. And I'm a very big picture thinker. I'm a very visionary. I always have this euphemism that I'm looking at the forest and not the trees. That became a very hard thing for the Fruits Labs team and I to combat because they were very much living in the now and I was trying to plan. And I was going a little too fast. And so it was like, okay, cool. Like if that's too fast for you guys and y'all are happy where you're at, I'm going to go do my thing because I need to fulfill what I need to do for me. And that was a really hard decision to make because when you have a brand that you've given 5-6 years of your life to, that you put all your money into, that you're carrying debt from, all the shit of an entrepreneur, taking that step away was extremely hard.
It's losing the control.
It's losing
that
the
way.
control, and it's also like, am I giving up too soon? Am I giving up on something? But what changed my mind is a Tim Ferriss book called A Tribe of Mentors. And I downloaded it because it was free on Kindle. And I was like, Tim Ferriss is great. A lot of business people love him. 4-hour work week, you know, all that. So I downloaded Tribe of Mentors, and the first interview that's in there, it's an amazing book because he sent out like 130 questions to all these entrepreneurs, and you can answer 4 of them, you can answer 1 of them, you can answer all of them. So the first interview was with a woman chef who's on Netflix. Her name is very hard to pronounce, and I apologize for that, for not remembering. But the first like big quote was that not everything in life you have to stick around for. Sometimes the breakaway is the best thing that can happen for you. It was something about how she had to leave a business that she was a part of for 5 years, where she was running the restaurant, head chef, all of this. And then when she split, she actually catapulted her career. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, cool, that's it, I'm done. And it was that. And my life changed.
Maybe a little bit of weed in that. Not going to lie.
There was a lot of weed in that. Probably
maybe,
some dabs.
Maybe a little weed in that decision.
Probably some dabs. Probably some good dreams too. But I literally woke up the next morning, threw up an Instagram, and I was like, hey, I'm looking for some new opportunities. I have a little bit of time on my hands, and I'm looking at taking on new clients. I had 6 job offers in 2 days. Yeah. And I was like,
and that's in cannabis.
oh, and it was in cannabis. People
You didn't
asked,
even have to put your LinkedIn shit up yet.
I like changed my LinkedIn to open for work, and it was just like everything just started happening. So I felt really blessed for that. And then 3C didn't even see that post, called me, and it was like the universe provided, because we've just been trying to find the right time to work together.
That's bullshit. It was Sasquatch.
It was Sasquatch. Leroy was all like stalking me, like, oh, she's available now, you know? No. And so 3C, I'm so happy with them. They're such a fucking amazing group of dudes. And they just, like I said, they let my wild ideas fly. We have all these amazing product lines.
How many stores?
We're in about 65, 70 stores in SoCal.
But how do you have stores?
We have 2 stores.
2 stores.
So one that's completely online and one that is medical only, and will become rec as soon as we get our city permit. So you can see like all of our wholesale accounts. We're spread out through Southern California, but we have always been kind of subject to our canopy space because we're indoor grow. So we can't extend so much further away from our demographic territory right now, until we just launched our new product that I'm super excited about. It's the liquid joint. And I had a whole entire box to bring to you guys, and I have no fucking clue what happened to it. My husband was like, you didn't put that in your car.
Get rid of our gift bag.
Oh my God.
No fucking gift. She doesn't know our podcast.
That's not true.
She fucking didn't bring us any gifts. Or wait, she says, I just don't know. Now you rewind.
Do we keep the water bottle?
No, you rewind to last night. You rewind to last night, and she's like, my liquid joints. I'm just gonna have one.
No, I was.
No, I'm just gonna have another one.
No,
you know what? I'll tell him I don't know what happened. That's what's gonna work.
No, my husband literally looked at me. He's like, "Do you want me to drive downtown and go get you another box from this shop?" And I was like, "You don't have to do that."
Well, let's talk.
Really
let's talk
nice.
about. Let's talk about these wonderful liquid joints.
Liquid joints are fucking awesome. I am a potty mouth today. I apologize if anybody's offended by the F-bomb. Okay. It is very, you are PV unfiltered. There you go. I'm just fitting in with the brand. So liquid joint is amazing because I have this Red Bull background. I have this edible background, and liquid joint kind of becomes the Red Bull edible of the industry right now.
Describe it. I mean, can we find it anywhere?
Go to theliquidjoint.com. Theliquidjoint.com. So it's powered by 3C Farms. It's a 20 milliliter shot of purified flavored water infused with 10 milligrams proprietary nano THC. So nano emulsified.
I don't even know what the fuck you just said.
You don't know about nano emulsification?
Yeah, no, I do.
Oh, I was about to say. I'm like, yes, you do.
Wow, look at that.
So this is liquid joint. So it's all about, we put them in a food grade joint tube, and it's like the same size as a pre-roll. Scroll down and you'll see the product.
There.
So it comes in 3 flavors. So it's like all this smoke visual because it's in the joint, but it's actually liquid. So you shake it and you just pop it back. You're high in 5 to 10 minutes. It's less than 10 calories. It's gluten-free. It's vegan.
Yeah, that's not for you.
I like that.
Hey.
It's awesome. Like, I am a big fan. I love soups and smoothies.
Cool.
Like, I love to drink my food a lot, which is probably sounds weird, but like I just do. I would prefer to like just drink it, rather than chewing on it or doing anything like that. So
it's 20 milliliters.
20 milliliters of flavored purified water. So we have lime sherbet, orange cream, and strawberry.
So
right
are they
now.
colored too?
Yeah, so that's like when you go up, you'll see the lime is that limey, the orange is orange, red is strawberry. And yeah, 3 flavors, 10 milligrams. We're going to be launching our dosage of 30 milligrams nano within like the next 30 to 60 days. And those will be in 3 new flavors, watermelon, pink lemonade, and grape. Yes. And we're...
Babe, you got, we'll call it 14 months.
Go to the liquid joint. The liquid joint.
14,
yeah.
No, let's see, 9 months plus, depending on how long you breastfeed.
Well, I mean, that's up for debate, though.
No, it's not. Okay. This is where your cannabis stops, all right?
Sorry.
Hey, you two don't need to talk until after you're done breastfeeding.
Yeah, so this is
Check
liquid
that out,
joint.
Joe.
It's great to make mocktails with in the summer.
So you can either do cocktails.
Yep, it totally
or mocktails.
homogenizes.
Or you
Cool.
just shoot it back.
Yeah, so it's water soluble, it totally homogenizes into the drink, or you just shoot it back. So
Who came up with this?
The guys did. I wish that I could say I was part of this brainchild, but my guys came up with it when I walked.
This is going to be a fucking hit.
Oh, it's going to be disruptive as fuck, especially when you guys see what I'm about to do this summer. It's going to be next level. I am so excited. Like, I have a hard
I
time.
picture her
try
now
that,
at the festivals with the fucking liquid joint spinners and stuff.
It's glowing.
Picture me,
Molly's
glowing.
no,
The fucking
picture
feet are
like
doing the
roller
Indian dance.
skating girls down on Venice Beach in their liquid joint leggings, just pop, 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 Red Bull style. Like, we're just going to be, everybody's going to
Yeah,
be
you
lit
can't
by
do that.
liquid. Watch me.
You can't do that.
An employee of the company can't do that. 21 to 22 or 21 to 21 is called gifting.
Okay. So you can do it.
But I shouldn't say that probably. Don't put
No,
that
no,
out
you're
there because
good.
that's like but that's like my own IP, Like I'm gonna come out as like a little Weasley snake in the grass and be disruptive.
Listen, there's one thing in the cannabis space. Things can move quick, but they typically don't.
They don't. It's a lot of hurry up and wait.
You can hand somebody an idea. You could give them the diagram. You can give them everything.
And it's going to be 2 years.
And it's 2 years.
It's totally
It's
2
fucking
years.
2 years
In the
before anything
fashion
hits.
industry, someone's walking through the laundry. Ooh, Levi's double thread. 3 months later, True Religion was born. Stole
Done.
Levi's idea.
Yeah.
Multi-million-dollar company. Jeff Lubell did it. So yeah, this is like the liquid.
That's cool. That's going to be cool shit.
It's really fucking fun. It's really
idea is
disruptive.
awesome.
My
And,
wife is back there and I can hear.
and
You gotta
honestly,
understand. So she's edible. This is my wife, Viviana.
hello, Viviana.
This is Roxanne.
Hi.
So she's edible. She found her space in the edible world, not the smoking world. And so being pregnant now, and it's like she's like, God, I cannot wait. And I just I try to just be like, think about other things. She's like, I just cannot wait until these kids come out.
You've never
It's
been
like-
pregnant, dear. So like you don't know the pain that you're feeling in the body and the uncomfortable hip stretching. And you're
Listen,
like,
she's
wow,
like-
that weed would feel really
Look at her.
good.
Okay, listen. She's 14 weeks pregnant. Okay, it's not. You're already like, yeah.
It's
But she's
good.
like, you don't even know what it's like. Listen, I hate to break it to you. She doesn't know yet either.
Don't listen to me then, earmuffs. Earmuffs.
She's 14 weeks pregnant. At one point, I swear, I came home and I was just like, I said, babe, and she's on the couch. She's like, I said, did I miss a doctor's appointment? Was there something I missed? She's like, well, what do you mean? I said, did they put you on bed rest? Like you're 8 weeks pregnant.
But you're so exhausted in the first trimester. The first trimester is the hardest because you can't tell anybody you're so exhausted. You're
no.
eating, you're puking, you're just like.
Oh no, there was no puking. There was a lot of eating. She found out yesterday that food is like really big now. So
Yeah.
not to say that she ate a pizza by herself yesterday, but she ate a pizza by herself.
I do that and I'm not pregnant.
Oh, it's a personal pizza. Sorry.
Wait, let's
You
not
gotta
judge
clarify
because
It's a personal pizza.
I will be.
What'd you say?
Why are you doing like that?
I want you to know that
When you
I'm
said
not
that, I
pregnant,
imagined
and I
it.
would do that all day. When I go to In-N-Out, I order 2 grilled cheese, an animal fry, and a regular fry, and I eat the whole fucking thing. Like, I do not care. I will eat a whole pizza by myself
She's
all
always
day.
like, yeah.
Yeah, don't judge. She looks
Listen,
good.
I'm not judged. She's fucking looks fantastic.
She's beautiful.
You know what I mean?
So that's okay.
I did that one time.
She can be sleepy and eating pizza on the couch. You can do anything you want right now, love. You can do anything, literally. Like,
And so one day I said to her, I said, babe, you know how lucky we are that, and I say this, I said, you know how lucky we are that you don't have a job, that you don't have a job that you have to go to, that it's like, the way that you're feeling right now, you know what I mean? And that you'd have to get up and like fucking go, 8 o'clock and you got to be there. You got to be there until this time. You know what I mean? I said, she goes, oh my God, I was thinking about that. I can't even imagine what it'd be like to
I was thinking about that too, because I was working from home.
She was almost crying.
I'm like, you would have to go puke in like a stalled bathroom. Like, oh no. Yeah, I mean, I would have to take naps at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, girl. If I didn't have saltine crackers by my bed, I was puking.
Oh no, what are your crackers?
The
Annie's fucking
the bunnies, the cheddar bunnies. Those are good ones
They're
too.
in the fucking seat of every car.
Potato chips everywhere.
So, but what my lead into this was, I was like, so, I mean, it's okay to maybe just get up and do the dishes and, sort of a few things. She's like, I know.
But you know what? She's working 24/7 for 9 months straight, and then the breastfeeding comes. You're never gonna win this argument.
Oh no, I already know. But I love the debate. I'm not gonna lie. That's not going away. I love the debate.
Any other time, I would be like, yeah, do the fucking dishes, do the laundry. Like that's if you're gonna be the housewife. But when you're pregnant, you're doing work 24/7, and if you're carrying two,
wait. I want to see. So, what is the work? Just to throw it out there, when you're working, because you're pregnant and you're working 24/7, can you give me a day of what that's like?
I don't know. Have you ever woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning because your child was having like raging to a Tiesto show in your womb, and it's like dun.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Wait, we're not there yet.
So yes, if you don't think that it's 24/7,
okay, we're not there yet.
And you're waking up 17 times.
Listen, our kids just barely got arms. Listen,
Yeah.
our kids just barely got arms.
Okay, but you asked what is she doing 20 Right, but 24/7 she's creating those arms. She's creating those legs. Her body is constantly working to fulfill those children's needs and to grow them. She's cooking babies.
Oh, okay.
When the oven's on, is the oven not cooking?
All right, this podcast is over. Fuck that.
She's like, girl, you want to go to lunch?
Listen, this is what I'm gonna hear
we
now.
can be besties.
She's gonna go. And when
Remember Roxanne?
Yeah, I'll be like, babe. What about my underwear? And she'll be like, cooking babies. Remember that? Boom, 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 boom.
You never know.
That's what I'm gonna get.
But I hope that it goes really well for you, and that you don't have a lot of issues, and that it's just
25.
healthy. You're young. You can carry. Like my one girlfriend just turned 39 and is puking her brains out right now. And like, I asked her, I'm like, why did you even do this to yourself? Which is rude to ask someone who's fucking pregnant. But I was like, you knew what you're getting yourself into.
Oh, we knew.
And you're 5 years older than you were the last time. Like. I had my baby at 33, and I talked to a doctor last week who was like, oh yeah, my wife had 4 before 30, but the one that she had at 30 just totally ruined her body. And I was like, what? Is that why I'm like fucked up now? Like,
but now I have an excuse. Thank you. You're going to get a tip, doctor.
Thank you, oral surgeon. Yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah.
So about those fat drains.
Yeah. No. Oh my God.
Can we draining?
No. So liquid joint, back to liquid joint. You will love liquid joint in those mommy moments, because when
That'd be after breastfeeding is done. I'm a true believer in cannabis. We just don't know what that does as of yet. Otherwise, it's fucking fair game for everything.
Yeah. I have other thoughts on that I'll keep to myself. But
Good.
With liquid joint, it's great for your mom and dad moments of like, oh, we're sitting at the soccer game. God, it would be really nice to take a bong hit right now. And then you're like, pop a liquid joint. 5 minutes later, you feel great. And like in the mom moments where you're just like, you are being.
That's the nanotechnology too, but if people don't know.
That is the
newest, like the nanotechnology allows it to hit you in minutes. Not that, and you're not waiting that 45 minutes.
No, 2 hour onset. So what the nanotech.
2 hours later, you're like, fuck.
I forgot I ate that.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah. The nanotechnology is such an amazing process. It shrinks the cannabinoids to be 100 times thinner than a sheet of paper, which on a visual scale is like really hard to imagine because this motherfucker is real thin. And then you take it 100 times thinner than that. And it allows for your glands in your body to absorb more of the cannabinoids at a much richer absorption rate and at a faster process.
And as well, processing through your liver.
Yes, exactly.
That's the other quick.
Yeah. And it's, in my opinion now, if you're not making your edibles with nano, you're not. Like, I think that nano is here to stay and nano is the way of the future. And nobody wants really that long lasting effect of like taking 2 hours to onset. I could be wrong, but I think that nano is definitely like the wave of the future. So
we don't agree any more than what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
That is, and it's exciting because that's the next step in cannabis. Like there's always like, we find these things like 4 years ago, when you talk about nano wasn't here. I know that it was started, but the technology wasn't there to get it to where it is today.
I mean, think about
now it's done.
10 years ago, we didn't have distillate.
And I'll say, remember, you guys probably don't remember, but you do. Remember the shots that we were making here back in the day with the other company, and they were the white shots, and we called them cum shots.
Oh, is that Pearl 2.0?
So
cum water? Was that the cum water? Pearl 2.0?
No.
Okay.
It was another one. That was the beginning of nano.
That was the beginning, and it was really bad back in the day. Oh my God, it was fucking awful.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with nano. It still does kind of have that cannabis bite, but it's like, I hate to like.
I mean, listen, you can live through that in a second.
In a second.
It's a nanosecond.
It's a nano. And also my thing is like, well, did you take that shot of tequila because you love the way it tastes or because you like the efficacy of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's kind of like take the shot, live with it. But a lot of people really love the flavor too. And our new flavors slap. Like the watermelon is just game changing.
Watermelon now in any edibles, it's the top. It's the top
pink
flavor.
lemonade, watermelon, and grape are like your top 10 flavors. So of course that's the next iteration of liquid joint. And we're keeping it in the same size as a 20 milliliter and pumping up the nano to 30. And those things, like you pop one of those bad boys and you are cruising. I have a very high tolerance. I can take like 4 of the 10 milligrams at once and not really, but for whatever reason, when it's like the 30 packed in there all together, you're just like, ooh, oh my God, this feels great. And also when you take liquid joint, you kind of feel like the come up of like an upper. You're kind of like, ooh, my skin's tingly and like my heart's starting to race. Like, did I just do drugs? And then you're like, I did a liquid joint and it was great. And
you
it's
sure you don't have them? You don't have them.
I know.
And that, my friends, is the commercial for liquid joint.
Man,
and
I'm gonna find.
And we
Thanks to our sponsors.
Oh, is this liquid
God
joint?
damn
Oh
it.
no, that's actually Platinum
I'm
Vape.
such an asshole.
Oh, here's my liquid joint. Oh no, that's a pen.
It's an actual pen.
Yeah.
I'm texting my sales manager right now. So is LJ sold anywhere in San Diego? I'll also get you guys a couple boxes for sure. And I'll get some of the new flavors down here
Mark
to y'all
that
as well.
Mark that.
It's recorded.
Yeah.
It is recorded.
Yeah.
I'll replay it in slow-mo and everything.
Yeah.
We have another nano product coming out soon too. That's called Tabs because it looks like it hit acid. So like we're
Fuck,
really
you see your eyes light up.
Yeah, we're like really into drug culture in this group. We like
Is it
love
flavored?
it.
The fucking Sasquatch out in the hills and stuff.
So it's like this big, and it's a little strip that dissolves on your tongue like a Listerine strip, and it's flavored with the day trip is mint. The immunity is blackberry pomegranate, the immunity is watermelon. The night trip is blackberry pomegranate. So the night trip has some melatonin in it. They all have like cordyceps, lion's mane, reishi mushrooms. So a bunch of like nutrient supplements in there too. But it's this little thing. You just pop it on your tongue, dissolves in 5 seconds. And again, high in 5 to 10 minutes because of the nano. The night trip with 3 milligrams melatonin,
You gotta be missing
game changer.
festivals.
I mean,
Like,
yes.
I mean, you've got to be missing festivals.
It's been a long time. It's been since 2018.
You got the fucking furry boot things too. You get out there.
No, I don't
You
have the
don't do
furry
that?
boots. No.
I
EDM.
see.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's like I'm more on like the crunchy granola side of things. Like I grew up going to see a band that's like the offshoot of Fish and the Grateful Dead, the Disco Biscuits, which is cultured name for ecstasy pills. So yeah, I like was more of like flat brim
Disco
hats
biscuits.
and like things of that nature. And then when I came out to California, I was like, ooh, you guys like get hot for your festivals. Like you guys look good for your festivals. We look like we went to the thrift store on the East Coast. And then it
Because
changed.
you did go to the thrift store.
Yeah, but now my festival like outfits are a lot more she and probably a lot less clothing too.
What other festivals have you been to?
I love Lightning in a Bottle because I love the Do Lab. Woogie Weekend is another one that they used to put on in Irvine. Symbiosis, which is up in NorCal. I went to Camp Bisco for like 6 years. That's where I met my husband. Langarado, which doesn't exist anymore. Rothbury, which doesn't really exist anymore. I went to a lot of like the early 2000 festivals before like Coachella really blew up, and it was still, festival culture was still very underground. I got in at a really cool time. And that honestly, I always tell my family because when I was going to festivals, they're like, when are you going to get your shit together? Blah, 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 blah. My shit came together because of festivals. And I would not be in cannabis if it wasn't because of the festival culture and community and the amount of people I've met. I mean, my new hire I met at a festival in 2017. Didn't talk to her. After we met, rolled up in my Instagram. I was like, sweet, you want a job? Like I'm hiring for someone for your exact talents. And so the festival community just produces a lot of great people. I met Taylor Blake from the Enroll Cup at Symbiosis, met her in a rainstorm and she was freezing, gave her a pair of jeans because I was selling jeans.
Fucking jeans.
Became, I was at like a conference in
Everybody
LA.
gets jeans.
Everybody got jeans back in
We
the day.
can't even get a fucking liquid joint here.
Damn it.
You got a pair of jeans?
You got some
Yeah.
jeans.
I'm all
There.
like, let me search
She's
in my
still
bag real quick.
What about Burning Man?
I do have a jar of one of our new nuggies. I haven't been to the Burn yet. I have not
Oh, sorry.
made it out
Yeah,
there.
you ever been to the Burn?
I haven't been to the Burn.
I'm like, hey, you been Burning Man?
I haven't burned yet.
wow.
That's one of our newies.
Wow.
I think there's another nug
Look at that
stuck to
thing.
her. This is our newest strain. This is Kush Sookies.
Hey, did you see how she did that?
Yeah.
She goes, I think there's another nug stuck to her.
Yeah. Just plop. Let me pull that off. That's our Kush Sookies. It's wedding cake crossed
What
with
is it?
Kush cookies. Kush Zookies. So it's wedding cake crossed with, or no, it's Kush cookies crossed with Zookies. Kush cookies crossed with Zookies. We have another one launching called Kush Cake, which is wedding cake crossed with Kush cookies. She's like really fresh though. I'm still kind of burping her a little bit because
sorry, I pre-burped.
no, it's okay. Her smell is just not fully coming out, but
It smells good.
it does smell good. So 3C is really cool too because they're old school OG indica grow house and all Los Angeles born and raised. And
So how many strains do you have,
actively?
yeah, active? And then are you only, are you planning to just stay in California or is there?
The growth we'd like to grow, and especially with like some of our other products that we're launching, like liquid joint and tabs, allows us to get away from the restrictions of canopy space. And so we are looking for out-of-state licensing partners for that. And then we're also launching a health and wellness line called Opinut. That's all going to be high CBD products based off of one of our strains that is of the ACOG genetics. So it's like one of the top flowering cannabis CBD strains, and we're launching tinctures and topicals. And
So you're going.
we're going, yeah.
So on the flower side of it, how much are you guys growing? I mean, are you selling out everything that you have? So you're
Yeah.
just whatever you
We
guys
are
can
pulling
do to-
down rooms every single week. We're harvesting a room or two.
Good.
And there's a couple hundred plants in each room. I don't know our complete statistics of that, but I know that we can't really take on other wholesale accounts because we're tapped. So and we just took on a partnership too. We're actually launching Lil Wayne's brand, Jakua, in the Stizzy stores. So we've cultivated all of the cannabis that's going to be sold for Jakua line in California.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're doing the exclusive launch.
I know
of the
they're doing
Stizzy stores
some
this
stuff
Friday.
in Michigan too right now.
Yeah, they are. So they're doing stuff. They're in a couple of different states. So they find, the proper partners. So we're their licensed cannabis flower grower out here.
That's
and
cool.
Wayne picked one of our great OGs. It's Mr. Carter OG. And so that's been like another exciting thing for us as well. That's getting our brand out there with other partnerships too. But with that, it's like, we know that this is going to take a lot of, you know, our flower too, but we pretty much sell out like every month. We don't really have a huge inventory back stock. You know, we have our own retail stores too,
Right.
but it's just not, it's our flower is desired. We're top shelf. People know us. We've been around for, you know, since 2013. The brand has been selling as 3C Farms and in coast to coast cannabis retail. And so, yeah, we have like a really great, you know, name. And Brian also, he has been growing since like the mid 90s. And
He's got it.
He's got it. He was gifted one of the original cuts of the OG Kush in the late 90s by Bubba Burger and Josh D, who are two of his good
The real
friends.
shit.
So we have one of the original cuts of the OG. So our OGs are awesome. They're amazing. Our OGs are really, 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 really dank. And like I told him yesterday, I'm like, did you do something with the OGs? Because I woke up out of comatose this like morning. I was smoking our OGs all weekend, like I can't even do anything. I'm so tired. I just want to take a nap.
Get that look.
I was so tired. Like,
that look's got to go on the front of this.
oh, so tired from smoking OG.
Oh, you poor thing, you.
I know. I live such a tough life.
I'm so tired from smoking OGs.
I'm so
Jeez.
tired from smoking great weed and living in
God,
California.
living out here and shit.
God, life sucks. No, it's good. So yeah, we are trying to, we're trying to take the brand out of state. And that's a big reason why I joined the team too, because I did take Fruits Labs out of state. And so I understand out of state licensing
Gotcha.
and how to direct the brand and the marketing and things like that. And that's again, going back to like the vision and wanting to live in the forest, not the trees. I'm always looking at how can we become globally competitive? Because as soon as the global, you know,
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
I always
and if
say
you're not ready for it, there's always time, but why not be in position in some way or another?
You got to prep for the future. You can live in the now, but you have to prep for your future
Right.
too. And so that's really, it's been exciting for me because again, like I will say,
We're going to use that as a slogan. Take that, Tommy.
prep for
you
live
can-
in the
you
now,
can-
prep for the future.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
ours.
we'll take that.
We're
since you
taking
didn't
that.
bring the
Okay.
liquid. So.
That one's
PVU
gone.
powered by Roxanne.
Nope, nothing. We're taking. No, this is ours.
I have a lot of good euphemisms. Another brand stole one of my euphemisms after consulting for them. About
Consider that stolen.
knowledge bombs. Like you just got to drop knowledge bombs on people. And then they started on all their Instagram, knowledge bomb about CBD. I'm like, that was my thing. Like what? Colleagues over competition is another one of my favorite euphemisms for the cannabis industry. For people that are legacy, we got to come together and you create that Red Rover line of defense against corporate cannabis. So we're colleagues. We are not competitive. We all work together and band forces to push Coca-Cola and Johnson & Johnson back to where they came from.
Remember, we had Andrew D'Angelo on last week.
Oh, how did that go?
It was great.
Awesome.
Have you met him or dealt with him at all?
No, I know it's Steve, but I
Yeah,
don't
you can
know.
watch that. That's a podcast of ours.
Yeah.
If you, want, if you decide
You know, I
at
have
some
You
point,
want.
between smoking OGs and,
And taking
stuff,
liquid
and maybe we don't know about liquid joints. But I thought that was really cool when I was talking with him about, and he makes that statement of the legacy market, and
it's super important to take
because
care
we
of.
all came from that.
Well, the good
and-
ones
and-
did.
Well, no, we all came from that. You did too when you
Yeah.
were trapping and
Yeah,
doing
we
whatever the fuck where you
did, but,
thought-
like-
where you were getting got.
Well, I was getting got, but I could think of one brand that's heavily branded in orange and white and create effect-based lines, and I'm kind of like, yeah, y'all aren't legacy at all,
Well, let's not go into that.
But that's like,
I mean, we started in
so I didn't call
2011.
anybody out. Yeah, but
Yeah.
2011, you're still there. Like you didn't start in 2016 and know nothing about
I
weed.
know exactly.
Did you
where
smoke
you're
weed
gonna-
growing
you're
up?
going
Because
there.
there's some people in this industry that are like, oh, I don't smoke weed. I've never smoked weed. But I'm the CEO of this cannabis company.
I'm gonna call you out on that.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm going to call you out on that
Why?
because my son, the co-founder of this company, has never smoked weed.
Why?
It's just I can't explain why. He's never done a drug in his life. Yeah.
What?
I'm just
For
being
me, I'm
honest.
so
I'm
like,
just being
wait,
honest with you.
I mean,
My
how'd you do that? That's awesome.
My other kids, yes.
Well, I mean, I
But-
guess I understand that because my two older sisters do not smoke weed, do not play around in drug culture, and then I'm like out here like,
Listen, he loves the culture. He's a guy that will sit in here you wouldn't even know in that way. A lot of fun. There he is.
Very smart dude.
okay.
And
But I wouldn't look. He's not like, oh, I come from Wall Street and I
No,
ran Goldman
no,
Sachs fucking
no,
penguin
far-
suit. That's the kind of people I'm talking
far
about.
from that. No, but I'm just telling you that that it's there.
It
You know
is
what I mean?
there. It is. And I know that there are some CEOs that also are like, yeah, I used to smoke, but I can't take it anymore. You know, my body changed, my lungs, this changed, that changed. It doesn't work for me anymore. Like I take sabbaticals too. I will do a week.
I'm on a
month off.
9-year sabbatical.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I don't know how y'all do it because I look at the girls and I'm like, I want to smoke.
But you know, but
I like see the girls growing and I'm like, ooh, I just want to get all up in that. Like it gets me too
I do the same
excited.
thing. I do the same thing. I look at the girls and I'm just like, ugh, I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
I
all up
want
in
that. I want to touch that. I
Yeah.
want to smoke that. I
Oh,
want to
well,
roll
the
it on
smoke-
up.
Smoking them is kind of weird, but I can
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, not
No,
when
no,
you're talking
but
about
I mean,
cannabis
listen. I used to smoke like.
all the time.
Yeah, like the fire truck would show up because I fucking smoked so much. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love to get high. Love mushrooms.
Yeah. Mushrooms. I mean, psilocybin's the next thing.
It is.
That's,
It's coming.
we're prepping
True.
ourselves.
My wife
for
had
that.
her first mushroom experience a few months ago.
I was gonna say, hopefully
Before
not pregnant.
pregnancy.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's just, I don't know, sabbatical, but it's one of those things that, I know how I am with stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I would be here and we'd be like, oh, let's fucking light that up. And,
And the
I mean,
rest
it's
of
just
your day
business
isn't
for
gonna-
me. Yeah.
See,
yeah.
for me,
and that's being truthful.
and that's fine. I respect
but
that.
I love the plant. We got a ton. We're cultivators, large scale.
Yeah.
We also manufacture.
But you
and it's-
understand the plant and what it's going to
Oh, I
do
do.
and how it's going to taste and
Absolutely.
the effects of it. It's like when you come in and you've lived this corporate life and you've never been involved with the cannabis industry and you snub-nosed it for so long, but now all of a sudden you see a gold rush or a green rush. So now all of a sudden you're getting into cannabis and trying to tell us how to
it's
do
never
our
been-
jobs. Like, no.
No,
That's a
and-
legacy, people. We have to take care of one another, especially the cottage growers, the guys that were up in Mendo, Humboldt, literally
100%.
risking
My
their
family
lives.
comes from cannabis, so it's
Yeah.
not, this isn't. You talked about your dad having, my dad had a couple of plants.
He had a couple of plants of VA.
Yeah. No, my dad had fucking plants. My
Bob
parents fucking smoked like wild Indians.
I love it. So you're
yeah.
from the culture.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
You're
yeah.
totally from the
Yeah.
culture. It's the individuals that snubbed it for so long, but now it's culturally trendy and creating
That's
revenue.
a tough one. I've had a few of those.
It's tough.
Those conversations.
And it's
are-
really tough to do business with them. But then I also look at like I have a.
But you have to allow people to change too.
You do have to allow people to change, but you can't come in here and being like, oh well, they don't know what they're doing, so like we're just
No,
gonna
I
kick them
agree
to the
with.
curb.
I agree. But I've met a lot of people now that were those people like fucking cannabis, no, and then once they make that transition and then they are
They open it
smoking
up.
and they're using cannabis, they go, wow, like I fucked up, like I should have. And now I feel bad because I'm like, see what you missed for this half of your life, or or just the mentality that you've had
Right.
against it. I don't have that mentality against
Right.
things like that. If I haven't tried something, I'm not like, oh fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go, you know what? Maybe down the road it'll be my thing.
Yeah.
Some things I just never gonna try.
Yeah. I
But-
agree with you on that.
But
There are
in the
some-
same sense, you have to be open in a lot of those directions. And I've seen people, I know people that have never smoked anything in their life, and then, all of a sudden it becomes licensable, it becomes a commodity.
it becomes legal, so they're
becomes
not
legal,
scared about it
and then
affecting their job.
they fucking smoke, and then it's just like literally almost like a moment, where they go, wow,
Right.
what the fuck did I do? You know what I mean? So
I mean,
I get it.
And plant medicine is like that. Like mushroom
finding-
psilocybin is amazing.
We're finding
for
out
that.
some amazing shit about this plant right now.
Yeah, it
And
is.
watch what happens in the next 5 years. Watch what happens in the next 5 years of what is going to come
Everyone's
out of
going
this
to
plant.
be microdosing psilocybin soon enough. And the thing is,
I'm talking about just the plant. Now, mushrooms are coming fast.
Oh, I know. I take Paul Stamets 7 mushroom complex almost every single day because, again, Tim Ferriss's book.
But we're talking about non-psychoactive mushrooms. Mushroom in itself,
lion's mane, reishi,
Yes.
cordyceps,
has
all of
no
those.
psycho effects at all.
No, but it has amazing immunity effective and like antibacterial, antiviral.
Right.
Like that shit keeps you really stabilized. And then on the psychoactive side, like I haven't eaten mushrooms since 2007. They do not interact with my body properly.
And sometimes that's the case. And I just did the Endocan.
Oh yeah, the DNA.
Oh yeah,
DNA.
Len from Endocanna.
So I did that.
You guys interviewed him.
yeah.
I listened to that one. See? Thank you.
All
And then I was on his podcast.
Okay, I'm supposed to go on his
a couple
podcast
weeks
too.
ago.
He does a lot of work with my husband's company.
So amazing. And I did that and I sent it in. But I actually did on their podcast, I did the swabbing and stuff like that. So interesting on how this works and understanding, are you an edible person or are you inhaler? You know, there's, and this truly, I mean, I'm hoping, you know,
Len's put a lot of work and science into it. So
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely, at first when I first got introduced, I was like, that is cheesy as fuck. And then my
It's
husband
true. It's
started
real.
working with them.
I've looked
Oh,
at
I
this a
know.
lot.
And
It's
he's
fucking real.
really smart. And I'm like,
he's
oh,
like-
wow,
he's like-
this is like really, you're
He's
on
crazy
to something.
smart.
Yeah.
And he doesn't come off like if you look at him, you know.
Oh, I've seen him.
Yeah,
I've been
no.
walking in the kitchen like,
Yeah.
hey, Len,
Yeah.
don't mind me in my bathrobe, just feeding the baby a banana.
No, okay.
I mean,
haven't
that's
had that with Len.
the working from home
Nor will I.
situation. Like we had our desks in our kitchen.
But you would
working
never
from
guess
home.
that this guy was
that smart. No.
His
Yeah.
fucking backstory is amazing. And once again, it's a crazy story for somebody doing what they're doing. The history
Right.
with his dad and
Right.
you know, all the stuff that was going on. But this product, I think, it's the forefront of what's happening in cannabis because now you can actually, and this is where I probably will try just to test the reality of this.
Yeah.
Don't
I love that he looks over to wifey.
earplugs or something.
Earmuffs.
Because this is what makes me curious in this is that the way that this is brought out is that you really will understand what your body's capable of. And people that think that, oh, I'm an edible person, you might find out that you're really just not.
Right. And that if you inhaled, it might work better for your endocannabinoid system.
But the better part of this is how it breaks down in your body.
yeah.
So understanding what CBD does, how it's breaking down, how you're metabolizing the edibles and the breakdown of the CBD. That's what this is. That's what this is doing.
If you look at like the Ancestry.com or the DNA test, like the 23andMe, my sister
And that's
did
part
one.
of their deal.
Right. And so it came out and it's like, you might be one of the people that thinks cilantro tastes like soap. And my sister is that person. It's because of a genetic coding. Like if you have this gene or it's shaped like this, then you think cilantro
Right.
tastes like soap. So I feel like that, if that is the case, then that's already proving true just by kind of like anecdotal evidence, then Len is definitely onto something. And
He is. We're on it.
in terms of like, producing this as a wellness, like a vitamin supplement as a true medicine, this test is essential for that process.
Yeah. So we're gonna bring the results out
Oh
on
yeah.
a podcast. Maybe you'll see it sometime.
Maybe. I might not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Fucking smoking, drinking your liquid joints,
My
Joints.
LJs.
smoking your
LJ.
your horrible,
LJs.
or horrible OGs.
Oh God. They're just so good. I can't help it.
Like,
Let's just smell it again.
I'd like to say what's next, but you're on the path.
I am
So you've got,
on the path.
you have your baby Hendrix,
I have baby Hendrix. I have my
which is
position.
absolutely fucking adorable.
Thank you. I have my position with 3C, but there is something else on the path. I do hope to run for political office one day. That is
For what?
Political office one day. My goal since I was 11 years old was to become a state senator. I majored in political science and international relations, and my senior year professor was like, you got to get out of Virginia, sweetheart. You're never going to get elected. Go to California. You're going to get elected in California.
Okay, so I guess
Here I
that's
am.
what's next.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is hopefully,
That was 0 to 100.
And I'll tell you what, you start listening to our podcast and you got my vote.
okay.
There it is.
I've already been listening to it. I told you. I knew that Len was on there.
You endorse
could you-
PV Unfiltered? Is that what?
Yeah, I will. Do y'all want to endorse me? Do you want to invest in my campaign? No, I do.
Fuck,
I
we're
hope-
already asking for money.
I I do hope to potentially do that one day. It's been a big goal. I think that
There's nothing wrong with that.
there's not some people though, like even the CEO of
Imagine
3C,
this though. Imagine this. Sorry.
No, go for it.
This is how life is right now. Is this movement of cannabis? So you have the old school, which is that, partly my generation and beyond, is where they are the big, vast group of people that are so fucking anti-cannabis.
Right.
The people that are happening now, these next generations, they love cannabis.
Yeah. And we love
So
other
what the
things.
fuck do you think is going to happen? We're in that stage now where we're getting to that point where the president is going to be somebody that's like,
Yeah, I smoked
fucking-
weed, and I was the director of marketing for a
he will be
massive
sitting in the
company.
fucking Oval Office. There will be a time when the president's in the Oval Office smoking
You're looking
a
at
joint.
her. That's my goal.
I thought we were going to senator.
I know, but then it's like to the presidency. I've always told my friends we're smoking a blunt in the Oval Office one
That's
day.
right. We're in the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, there's always goals.
That's what I'm getting at is that's what's because we're finding it easier and easier to go through the municipalities because all of your representatives in your local are all now becoming the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
Your board is typically now that one or two crotchety fuckers sitting up there
Mm-hmm.
that, hasn't had the experience of cannabis to change their life in some way or another in a positive way. That's just the truth of it. So things are changing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the actual of you being a state senator it's fucking reality.
It is at
And a lot of it's going to be
reality.
based off of your experience and your life experience and as well your experience in cannabis.
Yeah.
And that's just going to draw everything forward.
Yeah, I hope that it does. And I hope that it allows me like doing things like this and talking about, drug culture and,
Yeah.
and things of that nature. Whereas 20 years ago, that would be so taboo. But in the future, it's not because you're going to have people that you're going to walk into that 7-Eleven and be able to buy your microdose mushrooms, your microdose cannabis. And we're getting more into our plant sciences. So I do feel like there's absolutely an availability there. But some people that are very close in my circles are like, are you really going to do that? Are you that fucking crazy? And I'm like, do y'all
you know what?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know that now, then you don't fucking belong in my friend circle.
Yeah. And I mean,
If you don't know how fucking crazy I am now.
right? Did you not see what I did the last 34 years of my life and like where I've come to? Like, this is what I want to do.
My son's name is Hendrix, fuckers.
Yeah. I was sitting in a Jimi Hendrix documentary and was like, I think I'm pregnant. His name's Jimi Hendrix, literally. I was literally sitting in a Jimmy. He's one of my favorite artists, musicians, celebrities of all time, Jimi Hendrix. I just love him. And I was sitting there in an unreleased documentary watching it, him at the Newport Music Festival. And I'm like, why can't I pay attention? Why am I so hungry? Why do I feel like this? I'm fucking pregnant.
I'm so hungry. I love it.
No, I wasn't crying. I was like, ooh,
She's
why do
like-
these hurt? Like,
she's
what's
like-
going on?
Making babies.
I'm definitely pregs, and his name's definitely gonna be Hendrix. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. But I love cannabis, and I'm here to stay for a while. And
I'm so happy you came down.
Thank
'Cause I
you.
keep telling Tom, we're working. It's like we used to get everybody here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, okay, let's just all get back together again.
yeah, it
You know
feels
what I
so
mean?
good. It
And
feels so
the
right.
fucking Zoom stuff. And I've had, Tommy Chong's been on twice and Zoom, and it's been fun. But, he's hunkered down, and he's just one of
Yeah.
those guys. And, hopefully that happens soon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm ready for
But yeah,
everything
I'm
to
glad you
lift.
came down.
Thank you. I'm
It
glad that I
makes
came
a
down
big
too.
difference,
It
for
does.
sure.
And I'm glad that I could meet you guys and joke around and not listen to your podcast.
And not bring us any liquid drinks.
And not bring you any.
gonna eat
That
that
is like
shit.
the real. That is the real failure on my behalf. I really.
I like the fact that she's like, I just don't know what happened to him.
I really fucking.
Don't know.
It's like you just shouldn't even have brought it up.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have. But watch, I'm gonna walk into my office tomorrow and take a picture and be like, "Here's my liquid joint sitting on
There
the
they
office
are.
desk that I forgot to bring." But you know what? I will say I'm just leaving you guys hungry for more, so you can bring me back, so I can bring you back some liquid joints.
What a way
So we
to
can
fucking cap this off. Huh?
continue the
Like,
partnership.
because that's truly what this is about. It's not like a one-time podcast.
No.
Like, let's go.
No,
Let's
definitely.
hang out more.
Listen. I'm
La
super
ganja.
stoked. I'm super stoked about having you here because, obviously we both didn't know each other, but you don't have a podcast for me to know. I did look you up and got what I could, but Man, it would have been nice to be able to go on a podcast, to watch your podcast and learn about you.
I think
and
you're just
stuff.
really inspiring me.
And so with that, I hope that what we could do, why don't we do this? Okay. You have the space for a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. All right. You do the podcast. We'll bring, because we have all our stuff that we can bring.
Okay.
We'll do the full setup. You do the podcast. I'll be the guest.
Okay.
Okay.
I would love that.
So it will be your first podcast on PV Unfiltered, and you can take it because
Any
I'm just
direction
going to
I
be a
wanna
guest.
go.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
Tommy?
Reverse
do it.
roles. Let's do it.
Down.
I
So
would
with
love that.
everything, we have a full setup for
Yeah.
mobile that's
Let's
it.
make it happen. We can do it before the store opens too, and just do like a little, pre-store opening or when the store opens and
I
it's
think
busy on the floor.
I mean, depending on what you guys want to do, I think it'd be badass either as you open or right after you open.
Yeah.
Just because, and you'll know, I mean, because when you get the group feeling and people
yeah.
there.
And they're integrating and you're like, ooh, look at her
And
shoes.
what at that time too. And we can do it. Any comments on whether or not she should be a podcast host?
That's right.
do I or do I not have a voice? Tell me.
Okay, so here's the deal. If you like her, check yes. If you don't, then
Will there be a
just
poll
fucking
at
leave
the
it to
end
yourself.
of the podcast? Because I would like that. That'd be great. Let's see.
right.
I love it. Do you know about the Weed and Grub guys, the Weed and Grub podcast? Mary
Yeah.
Jane and Mike Glazer. Have you done?
I was on Weed and Grub.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I think that I saw that you were on there. Too.
Oh,
I was on there.
fuck, here we go.
Because I was going to say, like, y'all
Oh my
together.
God, I think yes, I did see
Actually,
you on that.
actually, they're coming on ours.
Oh, good. Because
Yeah.
I was
They're
going to
slated
say,
to come
you
on
should
ours.
definitely have them on yours. I'm
Yeah.
going to have them in the shop doing their podcast in the shop one day, too. I love those guys.
Let's do something like that where it's your first podcast.
That would be awesome.
And you can do the whole thing and we just,
I love it.
this is it.
Bring me
this
on.
is what no, bring me on.
Bring you on.
Right.
Yeah, I will.
So, Tommy.
He just walked out the door.
Oh,
He was
Tommy.
like,
See,
"I'm
that's
out."
how good we are. We don't even have to have anybody controlling.
He's all
Ashley's
like, they
back here
got
taking
it.
pictures and
I'm out.
right. He's
I'm
like,
all
this is on
good.
fucking cruise control.
Right. I'll be down with that, though.
No, that would be fun.
I love that idea.
That'd be fun.
I would love to have you guys
I'm
up
so
the shop.
excited about. I want to do a side of this, the PV Unfiltered, where we're back because we can't get into grows and like just the whole thing. But now we're starting to get these invites now.
Right.
So we're gearing up to do, these out
Nice.
in the touring facilities and doing that stuff. And if you watch the very first podcast that we did, the one thing that we were going to do is go back and do podcasts in stores, and we did.
Nice.
And then COVID hit,
And
then it was like
that
we
rug
would
went whoop.
yeah. So then it's Zooms, and then people were like, "Yeah, I just don't know about coming through and doing a podcast in the store right now."
Mm-hmm.
And so it was that was the end. But now we're getting back where people are saying, "Okay,
Right.
let's
We're
start."
breaking down the walls a little bit.
Yeah.
People are getting vaccinated. Things are happening in that realm, and people are feeling a little bit more comfortable and safe. So I think that there's availability. I mean, even the event spaces are opening back up 25, 50%.
Yep.
You're seeing people in bars and in gyms again. The museums are back open. So yeah.
Yep, and we're getting back
ready
into
for
some of
it.
our cannabis shows, Hall of Flowers.
Yay.
Yes.
It's going to be super exciting.
Fucking great.
I actually miss being at cannabis shows though too. I miss networking.
Yep.
I love being that little social butterfly, just meeting and seeing how we can all make magic together.
We'll do a podcast there, right?
Y'all definitely
Hall of
should.
Fame.
Yeah, we are doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Awesome.
set up. That's actually where we started with our mobile
It's gonna be
stuff.
the
Was all
first
set
one.
up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Was we were doing it in our booth in Hall of Flowers, and then it got shut down.
Oh no.
COVID,
Yeah. Everything with COVID. Fucking COVID.
Well, listen, thank you again. It's super
Thank
nice
you.
to kind of get to know you a little bit.
kind of.
Got a little ways to go, but
I'll be
like and
interviewing
subscribe.
you.
Like and subscribe. It's free. Yeah, you don't have to pay for this shit. You just got to like and subscribe. I think what do we like, Ashley? How many people are we away from giving away the fucking Airstream mobile home or whatever it is
Wait,
we're giving
what?
away?
21.
People from 10,000, right?
Yeah, 10,000 subscribers. Let's
We're
get there.
21, and this is for YouTube. We have a ton on the other stuff, but YouTube,
Awesome.
we're 21 people. 21.
I'm gonna get that for y'all today. Don't worry.
21 people away
Wait,
from the winner.
do I get the Airstream if I get you the 21 people?
Yeah, even though we're not giving an Airstream away. I just made that up.
I'm all like, let
She's
me
like,
see which
I knew Airstream was gonna grab her.
21 is going to.
How
who's
many
gonna be the
people know what an
21st?
Airstream is? I know you do.
I definitely do. Of course I do. They're
And
bad.
the new Airstreams are fucking badass.
Dude, they're so cool.
Yeah.
They're so cool. Goals are to have an Airstream one day. Yeah, definitely. Camping in the Airstream.
The new Airstreams are badass.
I bet. I haven't really
So-
looked at them, but I bet they are.
Well,
All right.
I think that's it. Roxanne,
That's it.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Go to 3C.
Yeah, 3cfarms.com at
3cfarms.com.
3c.world.
And Tommy's going to put all the stuff up there. And even though you heard it somewhat first about these liquid joints we hear of,
I know.
we
These
didn't get a chance.
elusive liquid joints.
Maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance that we could have one before this airs, and
that's
show it
Monday.
or something.
Yeah,
well, I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Right.
That's Tommy's magic. That's the creative side of fucking Johnny Cash over here.
I'll get you guys some.
Johnny Cash.
Right.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Oh, we call him Tommy
Tommy
Cash.
Cash.
Tommy Cash.
Johnny
TC.
Smash. TC. Tommy
Yeah.
Cash. I love it.
So, all right.
Cool. Well,
Well,
thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you. Thanks for
I
coming down.
appreciate
Guys,
it.
listen, this is actually in the studio.
Yee.
Yeah.
Here
Co-
in person.
COVID is no longer.
We hope.
Yeah.
Antibody life for life.
That's right. That's right. 10 months of antibodies
Antibody
going
life for
strong.
life.
Life.
Life. We're living it.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Well,
All right.
PV Unfiltered. Peace.